Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Charlie Fibrosis, and today we are going to be doing some more NASCAR racing, NASCAR Thunder 2003. So, here's a bit to talk about. So we're going to go ahead and redo Talladega. We started on the pole for the event, and we did actually really well until we blew up. So, I want to redo it. I know that's kind of, I don't know, it's not as faithful because we did have something fail on our car and we shouldn't really get a shot at it, but I'm sorry. Talladega is one of the bigger events that we can actually do well at, so I'm going to do it. So, a couple of things. First off, I did go ahead and change the manufacturer, and I changed the paint scheme, and I changed the number of my car. So now instead of being the 86, we have switched to the 83. Why the 83? The 83 was at least run by Kerry Earnhardt at one point. It was also driven by Brian Vickers when it went to Red Bull. The 83, it's just a good blend of numbers for a Chevrolet at least. The 8 of Dale Earnhardt Jr., the 3 of Dale Earnhardt, it kind of works. So, also, I wish to point this out. So, what I've done is I went ahead and not reset, but I simmed the final, the last few events since it was a little bit before, not Talladega, a little bit before Talladega, and I just really wanted to get into that. Michigan will be coming out eventually, so we'll run that full race and everything like that. But the point is our finishing run, the runs that we ran already last night, they weren't that great as it was. So we're just going to, I just went ahead and simmed them, and it really doesn't matter. We didn't do well over there in the first place, and it really doesn't impact us positively or negatively that we simmed them. So, however, in turn, we did lose some sponsorship. Craftsman is out. They no longer want to sponsor us. We are going to have to pick a different sponsor on the sides of our car. So let's go ahead and go into that. We're going to go into sponsorship. And let's see who we've got. So the associate sponsor was Craftsman. They gave us the most amount of money. That's amazing. In the course of a few years, they managed to give us $6.63 million. And they sponsored us for 44 races. So I can't blame them for leaving. We really didn't do as well as they wanted us to. But we still have All Pro. They are sponsoring us for 17 more races. Same with Napa. They've got 17 to go. And then, let's see here. So we got Goodyear, Kmart, and Whitetails. We also have All Pro, NASCAR Thunder, NASCAR.com. They're willing to sponsor us. Being honest, based on income, I'm kind of considering doing Goodyear, but sorry about that. So we've got a lot of sponsors to pick from. I would consider All Pro only because their expectation is we finish ahead of Terry Labonte, but Goodyear is willing to offer us the most amount of money and the longest contract with them. Now, they want us 15th in earnings. Kmart wants us 20th in earnings. I think I'm going to go with Goodyear. I think we could actually meet that goal. Team is just participate in the race to get paid. This really comes down to who's willing to pay the most amount of money. Let's go ahead and go with Kmart. Driver, same situation. So we got Prestone, Outback Steakhouse, and UAW. I actually kind of want to get sponsored by Outback. Outback seems interesting. Alright, so let's go ahead and head on into the race weekend. We're going to run Talladega, and we're going to do this right. We are going to win this time. So if you remember from last night, to those who had watched the previous episode, the car actually handled amazing. It was incredibly fast. It could go about anywhere on the track with no issue whatsoever. Just had a lot of horsepower to it. And the rubber banding was pissing me off so much because I felt like we really could have been doing better. Let's go ahead and do this. Hello to anyone and everyone in the stream. Glad to have you with me today. Oh, there's something I'm wondering that I may have forgotten to do. I gotta quit real quick. Because it's entirely possible I do not have my Talladega car. That's probably not what I'm running. Because by the time we hit the corner, we should have been like 180 or so. Team management, garage. Yep, we were running the Atlanta car. We need the Dega car. We need the Dega car because it's got the most amount of power. Alright, so one last thing I am going to do as well before I forget. I'm going to go ahead and do research and development. We can boost our car for $1 million in 27 races, so it won't be available until next season, to level 3 in engine power. I almost think that we may want to consider doing downforce or drafting. And probably spend the most amount of money so we can get it done quicker. Because it will take us only 6 races to get the research time done. I do want to take a look here and see what the next few races are. Because that's going to be important. So unfortunately, we're doing well in earnings, but we are ass in the points. We're 39th back. That is not good any way you slice it. There's no way we're going to win the championship, which, you know, that sucks. But I feel that if we go forward with this being our sophomore slump of a year, it's better to go ahead and just get things done. And willingly blow a lot of money so we can be ready for season 3. Tire wear needs chassis downforce. I'm willing to spend that money. Let's see here. It'll be six races until we get chassis drafting 2 done. And it'll be 6 races until we hit that. I think I'm going to go ahead and do the downforce. Because then we can be able to still boost our... we can still boost things ahead. And as long as we win Talladega, we'll be able to make back a lot of the money that we just lost. So, things are going to turn out okay. We just need to win. And we've got a fast enough car and a good team to get us into victory lane here. The biggest thing I'm going to have to pay attention to, no matter what, is the RPMs. If the RPMs go over 9,000, we're going to blow the engine. And for something as strong as Talladega, we don't need that to happen. Let's go ahead and get the Dega set up and get ready to fly. Alright, qualifying. Green flag. So there we go. Now we're getting the speed that we need. 5th. We're going to get the pole this lap. Which even from a flying lap, 5th place is really good. And it's okay if we blow our engine in qualifying. That's not going to matter too much. If we're pushing the engine all the way, it's not the engine damage that may exist in qualifying will not transfer over to the actual race. So that at least settles us in with a pole position. That's going to settle us in greatly, and I mean greatly, to get into the shootout again next year. Though I think even by winning the Bud shootout, we get in. Alright, let's do this. Up to 4th. Jarrett and Rusty are... Well, Rusty's going to get by. Alright, we can suck into Rusty. And then we can make the slingshot around him down the middle of the back straight. Down to the inside. We're going to get by. That's going to be the top spot. So we need the lead laps. Our two goals is... Our biggest goal is to win the race. Laps led is really, really good because that's going to help us in the points. So, a bit of an update at least. We were going to run the Silver Crown race today. There was going to be a triple header at Indianapolis Raceway Park and 2 other race courses. However, due to some stuff that happened otherwise, those races have been postponed to Friday as normal. In addition, next this coming Friday, so at the end of the week, is going to be the debut event at St. Petersburg for the IndyCar Series. And that's definitely something I'm excited about. Looks like someone just blew up. And for once, it's not me. Oh, that's going to be interesting. See what happened. So now the grand question is it good to make our pit stop now or wait? So there's Ken Schrader. Ken Schrader just got turned into the wall. That is so strange just how he spun. You know what? I think we're going to stay out. I don't really see much of a point in pitting at this moment.
Green flag. The 20 car is gaining on you. Got one up. Okay, we're back in second. Clear all around.
I think this next lap I'm gonna make my pit stop. And we know how the car turned when we did not do. That really doesn't change much in terms of the fuel, in terms of time.
You're halfway on fuel. Got one down left.
Put a block on Dale Jarrett.
All clear, buddy.
Regardless, I was a little bit of a bigger lead. As long as the engine stays alive, that's all that matters. Alright, this is our pit stop lap. Good pit stop.
10-4.
I know this is a bit of a gamble, but that's okay. Even if the best thing for us to happen is a yellow flag comes out. Let's go.
You're clear to merge. Your left front tire is a little worn. Halfway there, buddy. There's plenty of time to still get a good finish. Stay focused out there.
This is... Uh-oh. I think I just thought of something. What if the leaders came into pit during that yellow flag? That's something that now concerns me, because they don't... Although I'm gaining on them a little bit, being in the draft does help. They could have gotten service, 4 tires, fuel, everything. They may be set.
That was your best lap of the day.
Yeah, something that I found out is that this setup in NASCAR Thunder 2003 is not compatible with 2004. The speed that I'm getting here, like 195 miles an hour or so, does not work. I don't know if it's just different coding in the game, but man, the setup in Thunder 2003, this setup only works with it. Alright, so here's what I'm thinking. The leaders are going to have to pit. They probably did not pit under that yellow, because they would have run out of gas by now. Yeah, here we go. They're coming in. They had a little bit of extra fuel and a little bit of extra tires to work with over what I did. So now the grand question is, can I actually make it all the way? Most likely I will. This is like Bill Elliott magic. I think I already said that though. Because the car is running fast in a single car line. It runs fast in the draft, even though you really want to avoid the draft in some cases with this setup because you're just going to blow it up. We're up to 15th.
That's the lap time I'm looking for. Keep
We're closing like 1 second in on each time we go around the track, so... And if I stick it down to the inside of the line, we're saving a bit more time and energy on the engine. This car is a rocket, though. So right as soon as we're about to hit the corner, we hit a bump,
right front's wearing down.
and it throws the car up a little bit and slows it down just a tick. But it's just enough that it keeps the car from blowing up. Alright, this is probably going to be second place that we're going to get right here. Yep, there we go. Holy crap. Ken Schrader is leading.
Clear.
But Schrader's going to have to pit. There's no way, there's no two ways about it.
Gas tank is at hand.
Look here. 8,900. Hit the bump and it slows us down just a little bit. Right before we hit the turn. Imagine if Schrader won this thing. Schrader very well could, honestly, now that I think about it. Because he spun earlier. He probably pitted for gas and tires.
That's as quick as you've been all day.
With 15 seconds behind him, so he's not really being held up that much by lap traffic. Dang, if Ken Schrader wins this thing, I'm going to be impressed. Nope, I think he's going to have to pit. Nope, he still is going. We're closing it on him, though, but I don't know if we have enough time to beat him. Because he's already at the apex of turn 1 and 2 by the time we got into the tri-oval.
We can pick up some more spots. We got some cars headed down pit road.
Ah, there we go. That's perfect. We're going to get the lead right here. The Schrader's going to come in with 2 to go. We're going to have a big, big lead over what will be second place. Man, Schrader tried. He really, really tried.
We're in our pit window. That was your fastest lap so far.
Alright, now the grand question is, we got about 4.9 gallons of fuel left. A big, big lead. I think we have enough gas to make it to the end. Yeah, if we're averaging out about a gallon lost to a gallon and a half per lap, we'll have enough to make it around one more time. I bet when we hit the line, it will be 3.3 gallons of fuel left. I was right on it. 3.3.
Left led. That'll be another 5 points.
Nice, nice. Not going to be able to do much in terms of victory lane celebration, but man, this is a positive swing. This is definitely what I needed. This has been such a crap year thus far. That's going to be a win. Nice. Oh, that was needed.
The drivers didn't spend much time behind that Pontiac pace car today.
Well, you're right, but that just makes for a better race in my opinion. It really makes the better drivers stand out that much more.
The all-pro bumper-to-bumper car gets the win.
Well, everything just added up for him in this one. Great car, great team, and oh yeah, great driver too.
From all of us here at EA Sports at MRN, thanks for joining us today, and we'll...
Oh, that was needed. Oh, that makes me happy. I feel a mix of emotions. I'm happy we won, but man, I don't understand what's happened, really. I'm a lot calmer, at least now that I'm racing, but man, I don't know what's going on. Because I feel like we should have won Daytona. I feel like we really should have done great at Rockingham. I expected a poor run at Vegas. Vegas is not my best track. I don't know, we've just had bad races, and I don't know why we've had so many. Alright, so what I'm going to do after that win is I'm also going to go ahead and save the career. But along with that, I'm going to overhaul this engine so it's ready for Daytona. Because especially at Daytona, I want to make sure that we can get the max amount of engine power we can. Because the super speedways is really where it's going to be at. How long is it until Daytona? That's a good question. About 7 races. I think I'm willing to take on the challenge of going into the garage, overhauling the engine and chassis, and getting it done a little bit sooner than that. 6 races. You know what? That's okay. We really don't have a lot of need for Dega until then, so... Alright, let's go into California and see what we can do. Alright, let's go into it. Need to get my setups. Kind of wonder what it would be like to do a Rick and Morty themed NASCAR in Racing 2003. Alright, let's get into California qualifying.
This is the one, green flag.
I think it's the 2-mile ovals and super speedways that we're probably going to do better on throughout the season. Oh, we could bring out a new car for Lowe's as well, and we could do well there also.
Hey, this is it now.
27th, not great, but we can do better.
We got a lot of ground to make up during the race.
22nd, not great. So the car actually feels pretty good, just a tick tight, but that's not bad. It's something I can manage.
MRN is in Fontana, California, home of the California Speedway for today's Napa Auto Parts 500. It's another great day for racing. Barney, this track is known for its long green flag runs.
Yeah, and what makes these long green runs interesting is that although the cars are all relatively similar, they can have very different pit windows. That can play a very important role at the end of the race with determining who has to pit again and who can go the distance.
Christy Jones is towards the bottom of the points list this season.
And of course, nobody wants to be on the bottom of that points list. He'll have to work extra hard to pick up spots. Not an easy task to dig yourself out of a hole in this series.
The all-pro bumper-to-bumper car has had some bad luck the last 2 races.
Oh, he definitely wants to turn things around starting now. His whole crew seems determined to pull out of this slump. I wouldn't be surprised if they pull off at least a top 15.
Let's do this.
Okay, here we go.
Green flag.
Go, go, go. Number 9 is inside. The 63 car is outside.
Alright, here we go in turn 1, 2. Back end slid just a tick, but that's okay.
Takes off another position. You're clear.
Oh wow. Oh dang.
3 wide. Hold that line.
That was unintentional. As was that.
The distance between you and the leader is 2.5 seconds. All clear, buddy. Stay alert. Number 7, up high. Keep it up. The 7 car is coming high. Clear. Number 23 is up high. You're clear. Keep coming, buddy. Go one outside.
12th. We're doing well.
That's what I'm talking
This is kind of how last year's California race went, is we were doing actually pretty good.
Okay, we're clear. Car inside. Hold your line. He's still there. We're off the pace.
Car got a teeny bit tight,
Clear.
then swung loose, but it still is holding on pretty well. It's those loose swings that I'm worried about badly, because I'm afraid we're going to burn up the tires before we hit our pit stop. And it's going to be more like a 3-stop race instead of a 1.
One down low. He dropped it back. What's wrong? You're clear. Car down low. Clear on both sides. Got one inside. Good left. Keep hitting those marks. Good pass. Number 31. He's up high. The 161 car is down low. Still there. Careful. Okay, we're clear. Number 161 is looking low. The leaders put about 5 seconds on you. Got one up. Gained another spot. Clear on both sides. Car inside. Clear.
Alright, let's go down to the inside.
Got one up. Your left front tire is a little worn. You're in 10.
That was a good move.
We're clear. We're under yellow.
Ah, that's going to shake things up.
You're closing on the leader.
And Shane Hall got in the wall. And he got plowed into, and he's out of the race. John Andretti also got a piece of the wall. Alright, do we pit? Do we not pit? I'm almost willing to take the gamble and... Nope, leaders aren't coming in, so I'm going to stay out.
Green flag. Go, go, go. The leader's got you by about 2 seconds. The 10 car is coming up quick.
Alright, drive it down, drive it down. There's a lot of grip down at the bottom of the racetrack. That's the good thing. And the car actually likes the bottom of the track a lot, so... Now the leaders are probably going to be pitting here in the next couple of laps, so we'll be ready. Speaking of which, here comes a couple now. I think this next lap is when I'm going to pit.
There's a 3-second margin between you and the leader. Car down low. Going up on cars exiting pit road.
And Rusty got loose.
The 24 car is coming right. Car low. Number 24 is still there. The 24 car is still there. Okay, buddy, we're
That's good. I was afraid the 17 was going to be like right 2 stops behind me. Go. I got pinched a little bit.
There's traffic. Take it easy. You're dropping back. What's wrong? Okay, we're clear. The 41 car is looking to pass. Number 97, up high. Clear.
Ran cut right out of room.
Cars entering the track ahead. Be careful. Only 10 laps left. The 55 car, down low. Oh yeah, great pass, buddy. Clear on both sides. Leaders are pitting. Car outside. The 10 car is all over your back bumper. You're clear. Got one high. Still there. That's the quickest one so far, buddy. Number 15 is still there. Keep digging. Come on. All clear, buddy. 3 wide. Hold that line. 3 wide. Hold it steady. 3 wide. 3 wide. Hold that line. We're off the pace. Everything okay? Clear. I want to see more of those laps. Good job. Go down low. Okay, we're clear. The 15 car is outside. That's another in the rearview mirror. Let's not send tourists. The car's okay. Be careful, you're using up those tires. This is hardly the time to play chicken. Turn the car around. We're under caution.
Alright, well, lost control there. Gonna pit, get some rubber. And then we'll see what we can do in the next few laps. I did not want that to happen. Let's just go for everything. It's worth it.
We'll add a few rounds of wedge.
Alright, let's do this.
Green, buddy. Go, go, go.
Ah, someone blew up. This is gonna help some.
Go down low. You're clear. Car low. Drop another spot. Clear all around. One left to go. Car high. Number one wants to get by you. Clear on both sides. Got one high. You gained another position with that pass. All clear, buddy. Don't bang it up too bad.
That was not a good finish. Junior won though, and that's good for him.
Not many drivers let.
Alright, Richmond. This is going to be interesting because we did win the fall event at Richmond. We could very well win here. Let's check the standings real quick. Dale Jarrett's in the lead with Dale Jr. in second. Jeff Gordon's got 3 wins. Junior's got 2. Rudd, Jarrett, Hamilton, Gordon, Robbie Gordon, that is, myself. All are winners this season. I don't know how we did not have the fastest lap. You know what? I think I'm going to run my Cali car for Richmond. Well, I think I want to do something with the paint scheme. Let's do something Jeff Gordon related. Actually, it kind of looks like a hot tamales car. You know, that would actually look kind of cool. Let's do that. Let's do paint scheme. Let's change the black to red. Alright, let's go into it. And let's see if we can win at Richmond. If we can win here, that'll be a good thing. That'll be such a good run. I'm baffled that it took us so long to win Richmond anyway, so... Alright, let's get on to it.
All right, now this is it. Be smooth. Got one more. Keep digging. You're gonna have to pass a lot of cars in the race.
Well, that was not good.
Welcome to Richmond.
Get ready. We're going green.
Let's do this.
There it is. Let's go. The 28 car up high. Clear all around. Hey, that's worth another spot. Keep digging. Number 55. It's up high. Still there. Be patient. You're not making any friends out there. Clear.
And no, I thought we just had an engine let go up front.
Got one high. Okay, we're clear. The race leader's got 3 seconds on you. We're up another position. Car high. Easy on the bumping, buddy. 3 wide. Hold that line. Number 26 is coming low. Okay, we're clear.
Up 23rd, that's good.
Get back on your marks now. We're slipping a little on the clock. Stay patient. You're about 4 seconds behind the leader.
Car all of a sudden swung tight. Coming out of turn 2.
Just 6 seconds separates you and the leader.
This is not a race-winning car by any means. Damn it, I'm gonna try and make it.
Easy, buddy. That left front tire's seen some action. That left was kind of slow. Pick it up. Got one down low. Okay, we're clear. We're about 7 seconds off the leader's back bumper. Car up high. Still there. Careful. Okay, we're clear. Got one high. All clear, buddy. We need a little more speed. The 28 car, down low. Clear. You're 8 seconds behind the leader. Stay smooth.
Alright, let's see here.
Number 28 wants to
We're
get
running 20th, which is something I'm kind of comfortable with. I'd rather be up in the top 5, top 10, but
28 car. It's inside. You're clear. That one was off the pace. Stay focused, buddy. Number 28, down low. Contact with 28. All clear, buddy. We're 10 seconds off the leader. Hit your marks and be smooth. Number 22, up high. You gotta pick it up a little. Picked off another position. Clear all around. The leaders are coming into pit. All right, now get hungry. We need to eat up this 10-second gap to the leader. Let's get a new left rear tire. Check your fuel gauge. Not much gas left. Way to get ready, buddy. Okay, we're clear. Time to go. Let's get on it. The right rear's getting worn. Keep an eye out.
I wanted to pit that time, but I just couldn't.
Hey, keep digging. The car's gonna come to you. Be patient. Watch the cars coming out of the pits, buddy. The 7 car. Down low. Pit road
Alright,
is
we're
getting
pitting
busy.
now.
Leaders are heading in. Clear on both sides. Car up high. 10-4.
Ah, bugger. Well, that happened.
Green, buddy. Go, go, go.
Probably going to be a lap down.
The 36 car
2 laps down.
That's one more down. Just remember, he owes us one now. Okay, we're clear. Easy now. You're gonna need some of that grip later. You're looking great from where I'm sitting. How's the car feel? Number 55. It's up high. Clear all around.
Hey, Phil.
Far outside. Clear. That's it. That's the speed we're looking for. We're falling back. Focus on your marks, buddy. Clear on both sides. Take it easy on those tires. Go down low.
That's it.
This is the kind of
How far does that set me back if I redo a couple of races? At least a race. 2 races at most. I don't know. I kind of want to and I don't want to at the same time. Let's go into the garage. Sell this. Alright, let's race it. I don't know that we're going to win the All-Star again, but if we can, we can. If we can't, we can't. Alright, I think if we pit on the very first lap, we'll be okay. Or around lap 3. Alright, let's see how we can do.
It's All-Star Night at the Lowe's Motor Speedway.
Now,
Be ready now. Green's coming. Green, green, green. Car up high. Number 2 is still there. That pass was for possession. Nice job. You're clear. The 24 car is up high. Clear on both sides. The 31 car is outside. That's another in the rearview mirror. Clear all around. Got one outside. All clear, buddy. Take care of the car as best you can, buddy.
Alright, this lap we're gonna pit.
Leader's right in front of you. The right front tire's wearing down. Try another line or it won't last. Number 99 is coming left. The 20 car up high. Drop back to 4. Clear. Okay, you got it. You got some traffic, easy on the merge. Number 31 is outside. Clear on both sides. The 43 car up high. Number 43 is still there. Be patient. Okay, we're clear. Halfway to the checkered flag. Dig a little harder, buddy. We need to pick up some more spots. Got one outside. A couple top 5 cars are on their way into the pits. You're clear. Throw down low. Good lap. Clear all around. Car inside. Go easy on those eagles, buddy. Clear on both sides.
Oh, that was terrible. I think we're going to be able to make it into the next segment, but man. Nope. Oh my god, we just barely are going to be able to make it in.
You're clear. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun to fix. Got one outside. Clear on both sides. You're dropping back. What's wrong?
Nope, we failed to make it in. We made it in. That's just amazing. Alright, this time we gotta keep it off the wall. So you got new tires, you got repairs. Alright, strap in, because this is going to be a tough run. Oh, come on!
Be careful, you're using up those tires. Yellow flag's out.
Alright, whatever. We're starting dead last anyway, might as well go ahead and make some changes. Tighten up the car some.
Adding fuel.
Let's see if this works.
Okay, we're clear. All right, we're 3.5 seconds behind the leader. Let's cut that lead down. Got one outside. Clear. You're up another spot.
I don't know if we're going to be able to make the next round. Nope, we failed. Well, something got messed up in our setup. Because we originally had our car perfect.
Well, I can assure you all those guys who finished in the back would like to have seen more.
Alright, let's try this stuff again.
To score this one, buddy, go hard. Be careful out there. This is the last one, buddy. Push it. We'll take that one.
13th.
Well,
Okay, here we go. There it is. Let's go. Got one up. Still beside you. That's one more down. Watch it.
Massive crash.
Spin at turn 3.
Alright. Up to 5th.
Number 19, up high. The leader's got you by about 2 seconds. Way to get around him, buddy. Clear all around. All right, side. Okay, we're clear. We're catching him, buddy. Stay with it. Got one eye. Got the number 3 spot. Take it easy out there. You're clear. Got one inside. We just lost a spot. We're 3rd. All clear, buddy. Just 2 seconds back now. 2 seconds. The 24 car wants to get by you. Got one eye. You're closing on the leader. You're taking second. The 6 car. It's the leader. Okay, we're clear. The leader's about a second and a half ahead. You're gaining on the leader. One and a half seconds off the leader, buddy. Halfway on view.
Alright, let's see if we can catch Mark Martin and get around him.
You haven't got much longer on that left front.
Car actually feels really, really good. It's tight, but it sticks to the track so well.
Keep coming. We're getting there.
Like, this car feels as good as it did during the fall Charlotte race. Maybe a little bit weaker, but still just about as good.
Just 1 second back.
We are so fast. At least we hit the wall kind of square.
Got some passes left in there somewhere. I know you do. Gas tank is getting empty. Leader's right there. If he slips up, make your move. Don't be surprised if he pays you back for that. Let's get a new left rear tire. Clear on both sides. Number 6. Hit that side. Clear all around. Hey, nice.
And there it goes around.
Coming in. Come on, race back to the line. Car five. All clear, buddy. Okay, you got it. We'll fix as much damage as we can.
Alright, let's see where we get back out. 10th. That is good. That is good.
Green, buddy. Go, go, go. Number 5 is going high. Car high. Hold your line. He's still there. He gained another position with that pass.
Well, if we can get a second out of this, that's okay.
Okay, time to go. The leader's about 6 seconds ahead. That speed will get us to the front. Keep it up. Number 21 is right behind you. The 21 car, now left. Okay, we're clear. Car left. You're clear. We're 10 seconds off the leader. Hit your marks and be smooth. Got one outside. Number 30 is still there. Easy, buddy. That left front tire's seen some action. The 30 car is still there. All clear, buddy. Come on, buddy. Push it. We can pick up some more spots.
I think I'm just gonna kind of run the outside line just to keep the car stable, because otherwise it's gonna snap loose on exit.
We're running strong. Now let's work our way to the front. You're down on fuel. White flag next time by. Number 30 is coming up quick. Car inside. Okay, we're clear. Wow, big lick. You okay?
No. '17th. Okay.
Not very many caution.
Alright, I'm gonna save the career here. Yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna end it. One thing I did want to check real quick before I go any further, because I know I just did that. I want to go ahead and take a look and see where in the points I am. 34th, we are not doing well. Alright guys, so that's where it's going to end for the career for the time being. I think I'm going to switch over to Twitch and do some Batman Toto series and continue with that. So, see you then, and we'll do some more racing another day this week.